Welcome, fellow travelers, to Novice DMing, where you are welcome, you are encouraged, and you are amazing. And here at the table, we got some amazing people with us right now. Say hi, amazing people.
Hi, amazing people.
Yeah, baby! That's so much better than Dead Grandma's Brigade. I'm so happy.
What's her name again?
Beatrice.
Sorry, Beatrice, for forgetting.
Love you, Grandma.
Everybody.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so very happy to have you all here with us for this fantastic session for yegVMP. A couple quick announcements that I want to get into. First of all, I don't know if you guys know, but Dogma is going to be playing at Metro Cinema on June 5th and 8th. And if you guys paid attention to our Novice Sense video, you know we were talking about that movie. So go check out that movie. Other announcements that actually pertain to stuff that's going on. For me, personally. So let's see. We have GameCon Canada coming up very, very soon in Edmonton. That's right. If you guys are going to be attending GameCon Canada, Sorry Not Sorry Improv is going to be there. We are going to be performing a Monster of the Week show on Friday. I believe it is at 6 p.m. And then we are also doing a YEG D&D show on the main stage as well, and that is going to be, I believe, if I get this wrong, I'm so glad this is not like paid sponsored branding.
If you get it wrong,
please,
just
God, don't do this.
If you get it wrong, just dub over the actual answer after.
Oh, that'd be that.
Different
that's good.
audio.
Hey, it's gonna be on Saturday. You know what? Show up the full day, and then you'll be able to see it yourself. I think it's at noon, but show up for the full day. You'll be there. It's great. Yeah, come out. Well, honestly, just come out to GameCon Canada because it's actually a really great time. And I'm really excited because on Friday at 5 p.m. I know this one because I have to. I'm going to be doing a panel talking about tabletop role-playing games when it comes to leadership and safe space development, which has been really wonderful. I've been having some wonderful meetings with people that have participated in some adventures that I was running, and they won prizes with these kind of big group things where it's like basically talking to them about like answering questions they have for D&D. It's been really good so far. It's been really great. I had one person who's a fan of this stuff, but also just a really good friend, say to me, I used to think that you were like one of those just guys who was just like capitalizing and grifting off of like D&D, and they're like, but you're actually really nice and good. And I was like, thank you, because I understand.
It's nice when people don't think you're a grifter.
It's nice, and let me say, I was really happy to have somebody say to me, I thought that was you, because I really like when someone can like see, hey, this stuff that you're doing is like, I'm aware of that kind of energy, because it's like genuinely the constant process in the brain of like, ugh, but it was nice to hear that. I liked it. So thank you so much to my wonderful friend. Let's see. This Friday is a very special video is going to be coming out as well, where Curse of Strahd, if you guys have been paying attention to the Curse of Strahd campaign that I did, which was like one of the first campaigns that we were doing for Novice DMing, we're going to be having a wrap-up conversation where me and the players and Kyla, who's literally driving up from Calgary to here to be in person with us, we're going to be talking about Curse of Strahd. We're going to be talking about all the things that we loved about the campaign before we were recording during that whole 3-year game. Also going to be talking about the stuff that happened on camera and through the recording, and also just answering any questions that any community members share with us. I've already gotten a lot of questions from people, and I'm excited to be addressing them. Even if you guys wanted to submit any questions about it, you let me know. But if anybody genuinely wants to ask any questions or learn anything about like tabletop role-playing games or Curse of Strahd in general, please send questions my way, because that's the time when I get to answer them, and I'm not incentivized as a grifter to do anything else about it, so it's great. Not a grifter. It's nice. But yeah, aside from that, just kind of like other things, the Fringe, Edmonton Fringe, YGD&D, and the Kings, all the King's Men for Sorry Not Sorry, we're going to be performing as well. If you guys don't know what All the King's Men is, it's when all of our femme and non-binary identifying individuals dress in King's drag and perform some of the funniest improv that I've ever actually seen, and it's genuinely my favorite show in the Fringe. So freaking good. And then YG D&D, we're doing a very interesting format where we might have a lot of PCs this year. We'll see. I'm really excited about that too. Yeah, it's going to be a great time for that as well. I don't think there's any other major announcements kind of pertaining to this. The only other thing is going to be I'm going to be posting up on my Facebook, so kind of doing some advertising for anyone that is Edmonton local. I'm going to be running in-person horror stories for D&D. Basically, these games are going to be focused on doing like hour-long, maybe a little bit longer games that are driven by a system that I kind of developed using the Taroka deck from the Curse of Strahd campaign setting to inform horror stories that we'll run like basically like 2 to 3 horror games each session, where players get to basically create players on the spot using cards that are divvied out to them. The horror story is randomized, and then we just do an improvised role-play session right there using this mechanic and system that I had designed when I got really into designing our horror RPGs. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, it's going to be, like, what is it called? Posting up more information about, like, payments and stuff, times that it's going to be happening in the coming month. So, yeah, it's going to be happening during summer, so July and August. Check out Novice DMing on Facebook or on Instagram for information about that. Maybe I'll record one so people can check it out, because it's really fun. I love doing them. But, yeah. That's really it for announcements on my end. I don't know if any of you guys want to share any fun stuff, but that's really it.
Did you want us to all take like a clean like 11 a.m., 1 p.m. to like dub over the GameCon thing for you?
Saturday at 3 p.m.
Saturday at 11 a.m.
Saturday at at the same time.
Saturday at 6 p.m.
You guys are freaking me out right now. I did establish that come for the full day is the best thing you can do.
We did the latest.
I appreciate it, but also I'm freaked the fuck out right now. My children have scared the hell out of me, and that's
don't say that, Dungeon Daddy.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
And he's going to feel it.
Deep. Fuck you so much. How dare you?
Deep in the dungeon.
I hate that. No.
Yeah.
There's something about there's something between the Shining twins and that bullshit that I'm just like, enough.
The funniest thing is I stopped myself because I was going to say he's going to feel it deep in his loins, and then I went, no, that's too far, and then you went in the deepest dungeon.
I hate everything and everyone all at once at the same time.
I heard that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. No, it is a great movie. It's an amazing Oscar-winning movie. So I killed it, and now I'm just throwing the hell out. So, yeah, no announcements, I guess. Great.
Rick and Morty episode 2 of season 8 was pretty good.
Fantastic.
Last night. Yeah.
And to follow up on that, like last time, WWE Money in the Bank is this Saturday at 5 on Netflix.
Yeah, every Sunday, Rick and Morty comes out at sometime 10 p.m. or something. Yeah. Can't remember.
You want us to dub over different times?
And
Sunday at 10 p.m.
Sunday at 6 p.m.
I don't know if I'd like it more when you guys do it perfectly in unison, because the improviser means, like, nice, or if it's the scatteredness that I like, because the distortion of just, what the hell is happening? You know what? We're here for it all.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared, Dungeon Daddy.
Yeah, Dungeon Daddy, don't be scared.
We're here to have fun.
Yeah, we're here to have fun, Dungeon
Come play
Daddy.
with us, Dungeon Daddy.
Play with me.
Play with us.
We're going
Play with us. Play with us.
Stop it! We'll go to Candy Mountain with you all. God damn it, just stop. Come on, Charlie. We're going to Candy Mountain. It's for the land of sweets and joy and joyness.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we got like a copyright strike from Charlie Unicorn?
I love them so much.
It's like 14 years
If they're
old
jerks,
at
I
this
hate
point.
that. They're great. I love it.
I mean, we might get a copyright strike, or we might get like a physical strike. Just like knowing the.
Damn it! They
content of
took my
those videos.
kidneys.
Yeah, I pictured like a paper airplane like flying through the window. That's like notice copyright, but it's also like covered in blades. And
Exactly.
A little bit of airplane is.
It just
So
scatters blades everywhere.
Couple-
Stabs every single person.
couple of things. Getting back on track just here for our wonderful session. I want to make sure I know your guys' desires for this session here for ourselves. And we'll just see. Declan, do you still want to make sure that Penny doesn't die?
Yes.
Got it.
I would like to make sure that my therapist stays alive.
Don't let therapy die.
Don't.
Just don't. Yeah, you know what? That's it. I don't want therapy, the concept, to die.
I think it's a little big.
How do you track that?
Oh, he said it.
Okay. Keep it alive in your heart.
Gertie wants to know what the bastard wants.
No,
What does every bastard want in this world?
It's so hard not saying copyrighted music this time.
Ning, 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 ning.
Also, what does every bastard want? I'm pretty sure that's the new Quentin Tarantino film. It's coming out.
Oh, dirty bastard. R.I.P. Okay.
That pussy. Hey!
And Penny, are you
He's dead.
still hoping
Yes.
to be working on reuniting the self, an exploration of kindred behavior, cognition, and attachment in pursuit of wellness and psychological integration?
Following the trauma
Of butts.
of butts and undeath.
You have to remember the of butts.
Of butts.
The of butts is a huge
Butts,
part.
butts, 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 butts.
The third module of the book is about butts.
All about butts.
Yeah.
Them cheeks, yo.
So you would like to continue to work on reanimating the self and exploration of kindred behavior, cognition, and attachment in pursuit of wellness and psychological integration following the trauma of butts and death.
Undeath.
Oh,
On
he
death
meant
or
on death?
Undeath. Because vampires are undead.
Of okay.
Messed
Yeah,
it
get
up.
a ray.
Thanks for explaining that to me.
You're the one who wrote it wrong.
Yeah.
Of butts undeath?
Butts and undeath.
The undeath.
Okay,
butts.
the and stands.
It's just following the trauma of undeath. There are no butts in it.
Oh, really? There's not a single butt in this entire book?
That's insane.
Who's gonna read it then?
That's insane.
Why are you bothering your work?
First, sex sells. Second, insane that you didn't write the word "but" in the entire book. You just say
However.
also, however.
Therefore, opposing.
Actually.
In addition.
Yeah, there's like, we disagree. A
It's
little
just
bit.
so many like semicolons.
You
and
open the
comma
book and
places.
on the inside page it says there are no buts in this book.
There's no if buts.
Or but.
Following the trauma of undeath.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
And or butts.
No buts about it.
If and.
Butts, butts, butts.
Butts.
Butts, butts, butts.
All right. So I don't know if anybody used any willpower, but you replenish based on your. I believe it is your composure and your
Surprisingly, haven't fucked up my
or your
willpower
resolve,
last time.
whichever one it
But
is.
that's
Yeah,
because we
composure or
haven't-
resolve, whichever's higher. Yeah. Perfect. Do we have any questions regarding anything right now?
Butts.
Anything before?
I think I'm ready to talk to Disco Stew.
Disco stew.
He's ready to talk to you. That's
Disco
not
Stew
his name.
is ready
Not
to
his
talk
name.
to you.
It's short for disco stupid.
Disco Ball Stupid.
Disco
Ball
ball stupid
Yeah.
junior.
Yeah.
Because he obviously, has a father.
Let's dive into the session for yegVMP. When last we left off, our fellow kindred were in the process of finalizing their preparations to go to Elysium, going off of an invitation that was given by a kindred named Leonidas to be able to introduce Gertie like bring Gertie into this kind of like involvement. Not really sure why. He's got a check waiting for her. Don't know what that's all about, but there has been heavy presumptions believing that there could be a potential boon involved. If anybody doesn't know what a boon is, they are essentially things that are more valuable than currency to vampires. They are things that you must hold on to, and they can carry over in minor, trivial ways, or could even be lifetime sentences or lifetime dedications that people make. A lot of things we kind of focused on. We focused and noticed that Penny's got a bunch of like replica weapons, not as effective in terms of an arsenal. But we had also discovered that there was a what was it called? Declan, you had increased your armory for yourself, so you had gotten some new weapons. One of them being a ballistic knife that Gertie has that could not penetrate your tight thread couch. That's so uncomfortable. We also kind of made a little bit of an interesting discovery where Penny has an open connection to Memoriam, just basically on your own self, with his a very, very fascinating situation.
You freak.
That's why we get along.
We're all
Yes,
stepping around.
Gertie, you yourself were kind of outfitting yourself with your weapons, getting all set. Then you all, the next day, went to the Walmart parking lot right off of Gateway Boulevard. You
Camaria.
Walmart. when you had gotten there, you had been all picked up in a limousine by an individual that you did not see the face of. You were taken to Chateau Lacombe to go to the revolving restaurant. And when you had arrived here, you were greeted by a concierge. You're patted down to find any weapons. You guys had given up your weapons freely. You still have some concealed arms. And you had gone into a golden elevator, being brought to the top floor to actually go to the restaurant. When you made it to the top, you were greeted and welcomed to Elysium, where you had seen an individual with a helmet that was a bunch of mirrors wrapped around, looking kind of like a disco ball. Another important thing, you had a premonition.
Yes.
A premonition, and I can recount it, but if you have the information, you are welcome to recount what you remember if you would like to.
So there were two images that sort of came through for Penny. One was a scene of a lavish setting, red and black with silver cutlery, and a large disco ball, but it was still centered, and there didn't seem to be any reflection in it. The second image she got was of a golden retriever lying wounded, injured, wet fur, sagged face, drained of blood with no collar, and it was next to some train tracks.
That's correct. You all enter into, or you all basically leave the elevator at this point. It is October in Edmonton. Outside is a black night, and you can see, as you stand on kind of the solid ground, you begin to see the spinning portion of the restaurant begin to go through at first. The concierge behind you simply says, "Welcome to Elysium. You will find that everyone here will be happy to greet you, to sit down, to relax. Should you need anything, or if anyone is in need of any important requests, should you all have something that you deeply desire, and it's something that I am needed for, a courier will be sent to me, and I will come to address the matter directly. Enjoy." And it goes inside of the elevator, and the button is pressed, and the doors close behind you. And you stand before the individual wearing the helmet, who's currently speaking with a couple other vampires, and there is a strong standing individual next to him. This individual, he wears dark sunglasses over his eyes, and he's wearing a black suit with a black turtleneck underneath. And you can see does not wear a belt, wears like a properly fitting tailored pants, well polished shoes as well. You are all welcome to share your personal kind of feelings and mentality just kind of going into this space and entering. I would love to hear kind of going around what everyone is feeling at this moment. I think I want to start with you, Penny.
So Penny is feeling fairly confident, but a little bit ill at ease. My hunger is at 3 currently. Because she knows the sorts of manipulation and underhanded things that sort of go on in this place. But mostly she's feeling fairly confident that there won't be a violent exchange. But she does, have in her mind the premonition of the dead dog, specifically one without a collar. Gertie's group is called the Collar, so that's what Penny is sort of thinking in her mind. And she knows that Gertie does not, under any circumstances, want to drag the Collar into any of her dealings, but Penny sort of has the suspicion that whatever this Leonidas guy who she's never met, has in mind, he may intend to separate Gertie from the Collar in a way that would end badly for her. So, yeah. Penny's a little bit apprehensive, but not, wary of danger, just, really kind of wants to get to the bottom and really make sure that Gertie doesn't agree to anything she'll regret.
Have you shared this premonition with Declan or Gertie?
I don't think she has yet.
Okay.
Mostly because she didn't want to upset either of them. But I also feel like that's how most horror movies begin.
Well, where do you think we are right now?
Right? I think if I'm allowed to change that, I may, now that she's seeing that this premonition is, exactly, what she's seeing before her is exactly like her other premonition, I think she sort of changes her mind a little bit, and she might signal to the others to just, quietly gather and just be like, I've had a premonition about this place, we should be on our guard.
We're going to get to that in a second, then.
Yes.
Declan, what's going on through your mind?
I think with Declan, the main things are watching Gertie and seeing kind of what her body language might be saying, but also scanning the room, looking. Basically, the main things that he's doing with his mind, how he always operates, is any possible secondary exit or entrance, looking for any other people who look similar in dress or build to the man who he assumes is a bodyguard to the disco man. Basically just doing a quick case of the area, seeing is this our only way in and out? Is there a secondary, knowing also yes, this is Elysium, yes, this is a situation where it's vampires, but this was still a building built in a human city, which means there's most likely some sort of fire exit, which means that there should be most of the time, and again, he's not sure because he's never been here, but thinking there should be a secondary exit in case it's needed. Keeping that, looking on the, not expecting danger, but on the lookout for it, in case, and then also just trying to be he wants to make sure Penny makes out of this okay, but he trusts Penny more than he trusts Gertie and her impulse control. And so also like keeping an eye on her while he's kind of looking around things and being like, she's going to be the one who's going to probably be doing most of the talking, which is dangerous, and wanting to basically like see how she's doing.
Got you. Gertie, how you doing?
First want to mention the fact that I had a smoothie before this, and it makes me very coffee and stuff, so I'm very apologetic. I've been like, but yeah. Second, which just sucks because I should not have had a smoothie before I came here because I know what it does to me, but I was like, oh, I want a smoothie. Anyways.
Have what you want. Allow yourself that thing.
Yeah.
Don't ever apologize for giving yourself the treat you need.
Thank you.
Now, how are you
Booster Juice
feeling
too,
before I kill you?
You know so. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. Anyways, and so Gertie's she's very uncomfortable. It's almost like she feels like it's like itching under her clothes. Like she's like fairly uncomfortable. Obviously, she's wearing clothes that are a little more comfortable than what she had on like previously, but she's still like not feeling like she fits in. She's way out of her element. She instantly wants to just like, she's kind of scanning to look for this like Leo dude because she wants to get this like done and over with, and she does not see him yet, and so she's kind of like very like anxious, but at the same time she's also like, yeah, she just wants to get out of there. That's like, she's not really thinking about the exit. She's not thinking about anybody else. She's like, social wise, she's like, how the hell am I supposed to do all this? She's almost like, she's like, I'm not the leader.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a leader. Like I lead, like have my own little thing that I like lead, but it's like what I say and what I do, this pressure of the whole gang is on me. And yeah, obviously I brought these two with me, but I don't really know them that well, and I'm just going off a little bit of trust and faith in them, and that says a lot with Gertie too. So she almost, even though we're like there together, she, in the back of her mind, she's kind of feels a little alone because they kind of have each other, and she's kind of by herself, and she knows she's not in her element at all.
Yeah.
And she knows she just can't punch her way out of this because she knows that for a fact that it's just going to end poorly. So she's going to have to learn some skills, utilizing other people to help her with said skills. But she's very, very anxious, and she just wants to leave. She feels like the building is already on fire, and she's not even has lit it yet. You know, so that's how she's just
This is an interesting situation. Both of you guys are kind of like, you're very much focused on Gertie. Gertie, you're very much focused on trying to get through this meeting and trying to get through it as quickly as possible. And you are going to be trying to pull them away to tell them about this moment that has just now clicked for you as being central. Here's what I'm going to say, because we are going to get into our first few roles, and I'm going to describe, like, you guys, what Elysium looks like in kind of that environment. But your pulling does take people into a very interesting position, because it's the idea of like that moment of just like being like, oh, and by the way, so here's what's going to happen. That is able to happen 100%. If you guys accept being pulled to the side, it is immediately going to put a hindrance on you guys for the next few rolls, just because something is going to be distracting you. It's going to be what I think is going to have to happen here as well is you have to make a roll initially, because this is now the social game is being played the second you've stepped here.
Okay.
So that being pulled over, I will not tell you exactly what it is, but like you would know that once you step foot in Elysium, you're being watched. So having them be pulled over to the side here, that is going to affect like kind of like the social standing here. So I'm just letting you know that if you want to make that happen, you're still welcome to let them know about it.
Okay. So I think what happens is Penny sets foot in Elysium, realizes, makes the connection with her premonition. Oh, like, I think these images were actually connected, and this is here, but I think she knows enough to know that they're playing the game. And I think part of the reason why she didn't tell either of them in the first place was, like, I think she knows Gertie is nervous, and I think she didn't want Gertie to go in any more sort of like defensive or overwhelmed than she already is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Penny would try to get Gertie's attention.
Okay.
Like, not now, not in this moment. Like, she's like, Gertie has to stay focused. Just throwing this other piece of information at her, like, hey, these people are probably trying to kill you.
Gotcha.
Probably
start stabbing people. Be like, well, get the drop on them first.
yeah, exactly.
I got you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
She,
Yeah.
She may or may not attempt to communicate with Declan. Probably not right now.
Okay.
But I think she's going to keep an eye out for an opening.
We'll leave it on a later opportunity. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Entering in, the game has begun. And so now you guys get to choose what you use to carry yourselves into Elysium with. You make a choice of which social attribute you first come in with, and you must roll etiquette.
And we all get +1 etiquette because we're
You have
wearing
a +1 etiquette because you have the thing.
Yeah.
You yourself, yeah. We've applied it for yourself too. Yeah. So everybody got a +1 etiquette for this?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you like what I'm rolling?
Sure, I would
for?
love to know. Yeah.
I'm doing composure just because, like, manipulation's not really a game, and charisma she probably no, but composure she's trying to stay like together.
Sounds
you know?
good.
Quick reminder: 6 and up is success, correct?
6 and up is success. Yes.
Oh well, I got a 1.
Do you want to use any rerolls?
No, it doesn't matter. I had 2 blood dice and.
Okay. No
yeah,
bestial
and I only
failures.
had 3. No, actually,
Good.
surprisingly.
So I'm going in with composure, and I got 5 successes.
Got it.
I'm going in with composure, and I also got 5 successes.
Hey.
All right. So everybody is coming in with composure here. You two.
Trying to stay cool, calm, collected.
You two are killing it. You guys walk in, and it's just basically like, we're in it now. It's like you step off of that elevator, and you are in the space. You are cool. You are collected. Behind you two
I'm like filling with my scarf.
is a fiddler, adjusting a
Asshole.
blood smoothie like sound
Blood
that keeps
smoothie.
happening
It's a good smoothie.
behind you, and it's kind of the situation where you watch as, first of all, the difficulty for this was 3. Walking by, and like kind of like stepping on, you don't even like make a gesture or look in the direction of the man with the mirrored mask. You just simply step onto the rotating portion of the restaurant, and you just immediately start to move away. You don't clock anything off in that direction. You are taking everything in, and you just see as the helmet turns to like take you in at that point. And I will let you know that you look at the mirror, every single one of them upon the helmet, and you do not see your own reflection.
As we're
Yeah, you say that, mouth that. The person who is the one guard who's right there.
Hey, I mouthed it. Very little.
The guard that is there, is there's a moment where they don't even touch you, but they say, as you are kind of like stepping on, they just look back and say, "Is she with you?" And they just allow that to happen. They allow you to go. And I'm assuming you will step onto the rotating part, or do you just gotta stand there as you are being looked at by
I
4 other
stand on it,
vampires?
but I'm like
I will say that I think because I've been watching Gertie as a big thing for my stop, I am going to go, don't freak out. And I'm going to put my hand on her back and try to help steady her. Like, not to like that she's not freaking out anymore, but just so she doesn't fall down while we're rotating.
Yeah, it's just the initial step
Yeah.
was definitely like I almost
Yeah.
fell over because I was like I was looking at him and I was following them out of my peripheral and I see we're on something rotating. I didn't even notice.
You got it. Let's describe a little bit about what Elysium looks like, friends. You step onto this rotating restaurant, like this platform that takes you around the space. And you see black and red tablecloths line the entirety of every single table, and also some of the decorative surfaces. Not exactly tablecloths, but you see that it is like orchestrated and perfectly precise and pristine in a deep red and black color. There are these underlaying lights that kind of create this like beautiful kind of orangish effect around, kind of this glow as you see everything kind of like take in around you. It is as perfectly regulated of a place as you could possibly be in. The serving staff that walks around, you notice they wear red and red clothes, nice burgundy pants. Many of them are strong, healthy, like kind of 20 or 30-year-old people coming around. Cleaned hair, you notice a few of them also walk, and some blood kind of drips on the side, like from their necks, as they kind of begin to walk around to greet and to serve individuals. Blood that is inside of champagne flutes or larger glasses in case anyone is needing that. There are some also who go for more diluted cocktails, individual vampires around that have more of their humanity intact, although I will say it is few and far between for that to be the case. One of these servers walks up to all of you as you are kind of moving, and they first ask, "Are you attending with any party in particular?"
I just turn.
I believe we are meeting up with an individual called Leonidas, though I wouldn't be able to tell you whether or not they have arrived.
Yes, madam. The table for the new earners. Thank you very much. We will be able to show you to your table. As we get you there, may I take an order? Do you have any blood preferences for yourselves? Would you care for caloric, melancholic, phlegmatic, sanguine? Is there any preference you all have?
I'm good.
Phlegmatic, if you please.
Of course.
I think a melancholic.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
The server goes off taking these orders.
Lean into Gertie and go, "That's for you to calm down when it comes."
Inside of the space,
I'm literally fidgeting with her.
You're a bad lawyer.
you begin to take in the smell of the space as well. Pressed, like ironed cloths everywhere. You can also smell that sweet taste of metal in the room. This moment kind of rises. You kind of feel your own blood bubble yourself. Like you feel this scintillation of life in death, and it is a tantalizing prospect. Like, you guys can see like the servers like kind of going back and forth, and you just wonder what or who is behind those doors. You can hear that there's the clinking of glasses around, shifting of seats, light laughter, but a lot of boisterous sounds. Like a seedy scent and sound and feeling around for everyone. There are vampires around you. What I want here is, particularly with you, Declan, you yourself are going to be committing to checking out and looking at the entire space. Now, this is going to be you doing a task where you will not be joining at the very beginning of the like where they're sitting in order for you to take the full space. Unless, of course, you decide you do want to join, you will let me know, because that will be kind of like, again, looking at the concept of a hindrance. Do you want to take in the full space now? Or do you want to sit at the table first?
I think knowing the way that things are, feeling the vibe of both the room and one of my compatriots, I think in my mind it's better to start together
Wonderful.
And so I'm very willing to try to do like, if it like with the hindrance of trying to like look around, keep my eye open while still going with them. Trying to get a bit of a feel, getting, any sort of ideas I can get, but with the way that she's acting, I don't want to leave Gertie with just Penny. As much as I trust Penny, it's like she's already freaking out, and I think she needs as much support as she can.
Okay. We will hold off on that roll just until you decide that that's like the time you want to then kind of pursue that. What you do see presently right now is you are looking out over the North Saskatchewan River. You can see at some points when you were spinning, you can see the James McDonald Bridge and the tip of Accidental Beach as well. There is also a moment where you can see near the table of Leonidas as you are beginning to approach. Every area is kind of like a separate table. Every one of these tables is like a fine space between. There's a couple of lounging chairs also set. Vampires are everywhere. And the kind of the makeup of them goes between very classical looking styles of clothing, beautiful suit jackets, like handsome looking dresses upon women. You can see that they wear sequins. There's a lot of flare and flash, but like the kind of flare and flash that you would also see is like a twinkle in an alleyway at night. It is a very much a place where people wish to be seen, but recognized may be another thing altogether. You also see quite a healthy amount of escorts as well, with many of the vampires that are featured. Humans that are brought in, promises made for good times, and maybe they will be had, but right now you can see in the glassed eyes of some of them that they are kind of just simply sitting like dolls upon laps, or simply drinking. There's one woman that you can see, a young Chinese woman, who is, her hair is kind of like highlighted in places, parted. She wears a very deep plunging dress, and she is currently like drinking blood from a wine glass as she is just kind of like taking this in, and it is being wiped from her from a server as another vampire just watches periodically to see that she's taking it in. As this begins to get closer and closer to Leonidas' table, you see there is a section that is curtained off with a dark burgundy curtain and like heavy drapes, where there are standing there's actually just standing one guard beside. Similar look, black outfit, tie, sunglasses. Anyone can make a wits and insight check if they wish to just read that spot.
I failed. Don't know. I have no idea what's
Okay.
going on.
4 successes.
4 successes.
5 successes.
Success.
None.
You two, Penny and Declan. You have a feeling that this person is not trying to keep people out, but is keeping the person that is behind those drapes, or whatever is there, in. Leonidas is sitting at a table with a single seat in front of it that is empty. It's got a low, like, natural candlelight that is there. Like special candles that actually have been fitted at this table. He is currently drinking a martini that is currently adorned with blood in it. You can see that his clothes are like it's like a dark emerald color. Like, it's a different kind of contrast towards it, with a nice shine like kind of upon the lapels. You can see that he wears kind of a nice like brown shirt underneath as well. His hair is slicked back, not pushed back. You can see that he also has a check currently at the table flipped around. He wears well tailored kind of like darker green I was gonna say just regular trousers. I was almost said slacks, but no, it's like nice trousers. And he wears these kind of like these really detailed dress shoes, like kind of like those like bumpy kind of like like textured shoes themselves, almost like a snake skin.
Of course, a bastard would.
Yeah.
They are legit.
You approach the table, all of you. Yes.
Before we quite get to the table, can Penny just take a moment, maybe just as they're passing by the curtain, when they can see Leonidas, but maybe they're just out of earshot, and she just wants to take a moment to be like, oh, my shoe, sorry, Gertie, can I lean on you for a moment? And she pretends that, like, she needs to pull her, like, pump back up.
Yeah, go for it.
And so she's, like, leaning on Gertie and kind of wants to whisper some advice to her. And so she says, you don't need to suppress your anxiety. Just let him think it's impatience.
Oh.
You can fidget all you want. If you give short responses, it may help intimidate him and keep you on the same level. You don't have to be something you're not. Just let him think what he will. There we go. All better, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
You get to the part of the as it's kind of spinning around. You get to the part where you can enter in actually towards, walking in. And I should say, as the kind of the full rotation, it's like how it works is like the actual what is it called, the restaurant part kind of spins, and there's a station one. So you guys are walking along this way as it's coming around. And then you begin to enter onto the actual part that rotates.
Yeah.
As you get there, you begin to walk towards the table. Leonidas takes you all in. He gets up and says, well, it's wonderful to see you were able to make it. Hello, my name is Leonidas. Are you friends, acquaintances, colleagues of...
Gertie?
Yes, my name is Dr. Penny Potts. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A doctor, interesting. PhD yourself? Are you a practitioner of medical sciences, or are you let's say, what is it? Do you hold a doctorate itself?
A doctor of psychology.
Ah, well, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You can see his fangs are out. And yourself?
Known as Irish investigator.
Wonderful. Well, I want to let you know that my business in speaking with Gertie here. Do you mind if I call you Gertie, or would you care for me to call you something else?
Prefer you don't call me anything, but if you must, call me Gertrude, because most people only close to me call me Gertie.
Very well. Gertrude and I need to have a conversation of some private business. I do not mind if you are going to be sitting near us, but I would prefer that if we are able to keep our conversation between us, that be respected.
I'll put my hand on Gertie's shoulder. Just wave us down if you need anything, love. I'm going to pull the chair for her.
Yeah, thanks. And then I get settled in, and then I do this, and then I look over, and I'm like...
I'll give my arm to Penny, and I think we'll find a little... If there's like an empty spot nearby.
Yeah, there's an empty table, only kind of one table's kind of space over. It's near right now where you guys can see that there's a few vampires that are sitting currently lounging about with quite a few escorts that they have with themselves. But yeah, you guys are welcome to be sitting.
I'll when we get up there, I'll pull the chair that's facing so like if we're on the outside of kind of the spin, I want to be on the chair facing out into the room. So I'll pull the chair that's facing towards the wall for Penny and kind of help her with that, and then take my own seat as well.
Wonderful. Your drinks are presented before you
And
all.
also when mine comes, I tell the server, I go, that one's actually for her. Then you can take it over.
I hope you smell it.
They're brought over to you, and yes, you see in a champagne flutes a rather acute distillation of blood for yourselves. If you wish to consume it, you are welcome to. I will let you know what happens if you do. Just saying.
I think I will say this. I'll send one to Gertie. When Penny's comes, I am going to heighten senses, and I'm going to try to get any sort of smell from that and see if it is just straight blood or if there's anything else.
It's an acute phlegmatic blood for yourself. It's acute melancholic for yourself too.
So yeah, I'll just be like, seems like it's just distilled, basically. Probably going to give you a bit of a rush.
Excellent. Yeah, and Penny's gonna drink it because I'm.
No offense. I think that you need it.
Oh yeah. She's like two bits away from going into hyper focus. She's.
All right. You drink it.
Uh-huh.
And what you receive from that phlegmatic blood is phlegma.
Phlegma balls.
We have fun here. You get eating your emotions. You can eat and digest food without becoming nauseous
Ooh.
for this entire scene.
Ooh. And do I reduce one hunger?
Nope.
She already
just
had
this.
one flute earlier, plus another flute.
You had a
How
little
many-
sample of that. No,
Yeah, how many
you're-
flutes can she have before she reduces the hunger?
You're
Just
gonna
generally
need-
a question for the class.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a few flutes for you to
Keep
reduce
them
yourself.
coming, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for how many?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep counting the
Gonna
flutes
keep
you
that high going, right?
I do.
Just let me know if you ever want more. Just let me know.
Okay.
Do yourself.
I do wish that I could
Leonidas
give you some of mine,
says,
but-
please.
I'm a
Enjoy.
good person.
I like take my flute and I'm just like, and I almost like swig it
Yeah?
a little bit. I'm like, it's not bad, and I like put it down. I don't like that. Me, I'm like, chill the fuck out.
You get to add one die to a remorse test for yourself.
Okay.
That is if you were ever brought to hurting your humanity, basically, like what happened before. You add an extra die so that you might not lose another humanity.
That's actually quite nice. That would have been nice earlier. I would have had this kind of drink a long time ago if I knew that was the case. But yeah, I look at him and I'm just like, so what do you want?
Well, first I want to give you this. And he pushes the check over towards you.
I don't touch it. What do you want?
All right. Gertrude. I think you and I...
It's never going to be you and I, but okay.
I think that you and I have really been destined to meet each other. Do you believe in destiny? Do you believe in the universe lining up in particular ways?
Do you?
Of course.
Yeah,
I think there are so many beautiful coincidences in life, and you cannot just simply ignore the importance of these things. Another martini is presented to him at the table. I think that we are in a beautiful age of opportunities that are lining up perfectly for us.
You get to the point.
You really don't have a sense of poetry whatsoever, do you?
Did you ever think I did?
It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You're asking me so much, but I want to ask you, why is it that I was not able to influence you before?
It's none of your business. Why
When
am
I
here?
asked you to sit, why was I not able to influence you?
Again, none of your business. Why am I here?
You are here because I want to know more about you, Gertrude. You are here because I do see that there is a value to you. And
Is this a date? Please say this is not a date.
It's not a date.
Oh,
no,
good
no.
fuck.
This,
oh my god.
this is a business opportunity.
A business opportunity, then
Yes.
what's the opportunity? Because I've been here listening to you yap.
Truly
Yappa,
no sense of
yappa, yappa.
poetry, I have to say.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to cut down to the chase then?
Yeah, I've been saying.
Wonderful. All right. Very well. Are you familiar with a area of the city called Blatchford?
Why?
I'm just asking if you're familiar with it.
Not particularly, but
Blatchford is a community that's currently being developed within the city of Edmonton. It's been so for about a decade now.
a decade.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
Well, before it was an airport.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inside of central Edmonton, there was an airport, and now, of course, they've moved the airport.
As one say, revamped.
Ah, wonderful. So very funny. Anyway, they've been working now. The mortals and a few others, our own influence, have been looking to try and, well, it really has been the mortals' idea to actually create it and turn it into a community. But there has been a desire for some time to make this community self-sustaining, capable of housing at least 30,000 people. How many mortals do you think a vampire is capable of living off of? Any one of us. How many do you think?
I don't know. Like 2? At least. I don't know.
Gertrude, are you familiar with anemia? Becoming anemic? Do you know?
Do I look like I'm familiar with
It is a
that?
situation. So when a human being
never fucking
develops
struggled with it.
anemia, it's one of the first
Anemia.
clear signs of loss of blood. And so when if you are sipping from the blood of two people and
Well, I don't sip from them. I always get it from like a jug or a flask. Or I don't fucking drink from straight from people. What the fuck do you think I am?
A vampire? I'm sorry, I also love your Homer Simpson moment of how many stars do you think are up there? 2.
I need you to please just make me, just for my sake, a charisma. Just a charisma and a fucking, oh my god. I think just
Can it be like a wits?
with this talk, we know that Gertie doesn't have the wits.
you know what? I will say charisma and wits.
Because what if
I'm
he
not gonna
thinks
make it
I'm
a
witty,
skill.
but
This
I'm
is just
witty?
you. This is just you. Charisma and wits. Roll those dice,
I
please.
think also watching this happen,
2
I just
success.
2?
I
Yeah.
looked at Penny and goes, I don't know if it's going well.
So you both will see Leonidas just kind of like openly go,
And
2.
I'm over here like,
2.
yeah.
Ger-
Can
so
I
Ger-
like peek over and be like, but I'm looking at them like
So-
this. I'm like,
So, Gertrude,
yeah.
a healthy kindred should have
Like a pint a day.
basically a cattle populace of 10,000 mortals to one.
What?
Yes, that is what
How much are you motherfuckers drinking?
Well, not a lot. We're currently we're all very not well. We're at currently a deficit. Like we are like.
Why don't you guys just have your own blood drive and do some legal shit like that? It's fucking easy. You're gonna get one.
Gertrude,
You
you are aware that blood drive is. We couldn't just host a.
You'd also get some good money going through.
You're aware that
legal,
the one thing that would get people just aware of kindred activity more than anything else is a spontaneous blood drive that is not brought in by a medical, like actual hospital or clinic, like an actual blood clinic.
Yeah.
You understand that
Like
it's not like a time of war in which we need to call for blood donations to help our wounded veterans.
I mean, how many gangs?
Do you think we should help him?
I think that she is taking the exact advice that you gave her and not pretending to be anything that she's not. And I think that he is more confused than he's ever been in his life.
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
It's kind of
I knew
nice.
she could find her confidence.
So
Like, if you ever think about it, how many gangs have shown up and just like open a laundromat but they don't know anything about laundry, or open up a restaurant and they don't know how to cook? They'll give you a cheese sandwich that has just 2 slices of bread and a cold fucking Kraft single in it, and they launder business. Nobody fucking bats an eye. Everyone knows what it's about, but nobody says shit. So like, why can't you?
and how many of those businesses do you know that are still currently in operation?
You just move it from one place to another.
At least 2.
I don't know, like, how do you not know about this? Are you okay?
No.
Oh, well,
We're being honest with each other. At that moment, I'm.
like, I get like a pint of blood a day each person. How many, like, there's like, what, looking around here, 30
So,
people plus...
Gertrude,
there's only like 100 of, what, 80 of those motherfuckers in the city? I don't know.
So Gertrude, the reason that I called you and requested you come here at first was to commend you, and I wanted to know a little bit more about just a few facets, and now I think I'm getting a little bit too clear of a picture.
You're welcome.
Now I'm actually feeling as if I think you need me.
When in the hell, motherfucker, did I ever need you?
I-
I was perfectly fine where I was. I'm over here in this fucking getup because you needed me.
I don't
What the
think
fuck
you.
want?
I don't think you are fine, Gertrude. Like many of us, I don't think you are.
Is
And
there
I'm
something
actually
wrong with me
quite.
mentally, because I swear to fucking God.
No, I'm quite concerned. I'm quite concerned about another situation.
Go on.
Gertrude, are you aware of something called the Inquisition?
The what?
I see. During the years between 2014 and 2015, there was a mass amount of death spikes within Edmonton. Many people started to pass away. The spike was quite large, and it was something that many mortals just could simply not ignore, especially those that have made it their mission to not ignore signs of larger death spikes. That was when there was a larger population increase of our own kind. It was also around the time in which a minor move on the Inquisition was made in Edmonton, and many vampires and kindred kind they faced the dawn, Gertrude. They were staked, they were burned, and they were brought out into the sun.
That's not good.
No, but it was very good for mortals. Deaths went down again, and people could just live their lives casually. Until a few years ago. Now, I'm assuming you are smart enough to be aware of a global event that took place a few years ago, yes?
The Stanley Cup?
Oh my goodness, the pandemic, Gertrude.
Oh,
The
yeah,
COVID-19 pandemic. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the pandemic. Well,
Yes.
Well, you could have just started with that. If you said the pandemic, I'd have been like, yeah, I know what you're fucking talking about. Not being like, oh, fucking, like...
So the pandemic had hit Gertrude.
Of course, yes.
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 And more death spikes had happened.
Yeah.
Which allowed for us to ease our way back into society. You may think that the idea of having people be shut in and not wandering around was a detriment to all of our kind. Well, not to all of us. In fact, it was a place where many of us could thrive. So much so that some kindred got a little comfortable. So much so that a few more people began to be embraced around this time, myself included. And so much so
you're
that...
a baby. You're a new guy.
I'm a new earner, yes.
Oh, it's starting to come together.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, with this, now, there is a concern with all these new kindred that have come out now, with restrictions not being as heavily regulated or even much of a concern these days. Now, our kindred are beginning to discover what it's like to be social. Think of it similar to a mortal babe who's never been able to see other people except for their mother and father. And now, they are, well, struggling, as it were, to understand how to work within social life. Imagine if all you really were as a predator was a cleaver, and were only surviving off of 2 mortals at a time. And then you realize there was a whole new world out there. But that new world doesn't look kindly to you.
Okay.
Gertrude, what I experienced from you, being someone who could defy my own orders, even as young as I am, I have to say, so interesting to me, not as a prospect of just simply you as an individual, but what I think you could represent for our kind in this city. Coming back to Blatchford, yes, coming back to Blatchford, that community is looking to populate it with 30,000 self-sustaining mortals, individuals that do not make community off of taxpayer money, but focusing instead on the people who buy the land to be responsible for the land itself, putting the money back into the community, self-sustaining individuals. The Camarilla is looking to do the same thing with 3 kindred, to put them into Blatchford, to make it a domain controlled by 3 individuals. Exceptional individuals. Exceptional kindred. So that we can be a marker. So that we can be an inspiration for our kind. To be self-sufficient. To be effective. To be showing individuals what they should be living their lives to be. Their unlives, it should be said. They want people to control a domain. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm starting to put the picture together. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Gertrude, I want to bring you in as one of us.
I
Austin was abandoned long ago because of... If your brain is scrambled by a single mage, you're not worth the time to actually be a part of it. And then, well, the individual that we were with before, back in Red Deer, still missing.
I appreciate the offer. Sounds grand. But does not sound like something that I'd be interested in.
Why not?
Why do I have to be?
Gertrude.
Leo.
Let me ask you a question.
Take my flute. Go for it.
Do you not fear your own death at any point?
No.
You do not fear the understanding that you are at some point in your life going to potentially completely lose yourself? You are going to expire at some moment?
No. Do you?
Yes.
Oh.
Of course I do.
That sounds awful.
We're struggling to feed ourselves. We have to rely upon mortal services or to hide in the shadows constantly.
Poor you.
For us, Gertrude, you are not omitted from our kind.
Do I look like I am, like, struggling? I'm doing just fine by myself. Let me give you a little tidbit about me that I don't tell a lot of people. I've lived by myself and had to deal with shit by myself from a very young age. So I really don't give a two fucks. I really fucking don't. And I'm sorry if you guys are going through shit, but I figured it out by myself. And so I'm okay with being by myself and dealing with shit by myself. I appreciate the offer. And I like, is there a pen on the table?
No, there is no pen on the table. No.
No? Nothing?
There's not. No, it's just kind of like decorated. There's candles there. There's there's no.
Is there any utensils?
In terms of it, yeah, there's utensils. Yeah.
Can I take the butter knife?
Sure.
And I'm just gonna like put it on top of the check. I don't even want to fucking touch it. I'm gonna slide it back to him, and I'm gonna be like, I appreciate the offer. You have to realize that not everybody has the same goals and dreams that you do, and you have to respect that. And this is me being nice to you by respecting your decision, so please respect mine. And I like lean back and I put the thing back down as gently as I can. But it's still like.
If Penny is allowed to overhear that part, she does like a little internal like, yes. Great boundaries. Great boundaries.
Thanks, Mom.
I love you, sweetie.
You're doing great.
I want you to please go ahead and roll. This is gonna be versus. This is gonna be a social contest now. We're moving into this.
No,
You're gonna do a composure and a persuasion check.
All my fingers just okay. Composure is.
It's gonna be the first initial roll.
I believe in you.
Thank you, but like I've been rolling all shit. Okay.
I can still believe in you.
Wait, is it like?
If you want to do a blood surge, you can also do a blood surge.
What's that again? Sarah?
Blood surge is when you put yourself into a rouse check to roll to see if you increase your hunger, and you add dice to your roll. You add, I believe, what's your generation again? What's your blood potency?
Oh, Am I fucking blind here? Oh, 1.
Okay, it's 1, so that means you would add 2 dice to the roll, but you would have to make a rouse check, and I rolled mine.
Oh, fuck's sakes. Yeah, let's do it. I have 2 blood.
Okay, roll a rouse check.
And it's just 1 day.
It's 1 die.
Yeah. Come on. Fuck's sakes.
Okay, so you're gonna roll 3 hunger dice, but you add 2 dice to this.
Whee! Even though it's the.
Well, yeah, you increase your hunger.
Yeah, your hunger's now at.
But you get to add 2 dice now.
There's a good thing I have a flask that will make that go down. Okay. 3 and then okay, so I have 5 dice. Okay. Wow. Okay. 2 bestial fails and wins. 1 success and 2 fails.
Do you want to re-roll any of your dice?
You can re-roll the 1.
Yeah, I'm really fucking really. Does it really matter at that point?
Maybe it could be less bad.
Oh, 2 successes, 2 bestial fails, and 1 failure.
Got it.
I don't think we're going for ice cream after this.
I'm about to jump this table and throttle him, and I don't even mean to. I'm sorry, guys.
So I will allow you.
It's okay, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Let me just.
You should have let us sit with her, Leo.
We should have had a
good.
signal. Even if it was awkward, we really should have had a signal of, please come help me. It's too late now.
I did say, like, wave us down if you need us.
Me, I'm gonna be like.
Okay, so
He's not looking.
So the blood surge is an indication. You can add the number of dice to a dice pool incorporating an attribute. So basically for this, you can decide which attribute you want the blood to be focusing on.
Okay. Any of them or
any of your attributes. You can decide. Because that one was composure, I would probably lean towards that being composure. But if you want to put it towards anything else, I will allow it just for the sake of it. Any one of your 9 attributes it can be put towards.
And this is like we're having like a social combat right now?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yeah, I want to do like full on composure.
Okay, sounds good. So, I rolled 2, so you just match it.
I have a little glint to my eye like, try me motherfucker, but I'm still trying to be nice.
Yeah. There is a level of like
I hope. Can they also
hunger.
see my body language?
Oh, I'm watching.
Yeah. Oh, you are watching.
Yeah.
There is a level of like kind of like your blood is beginning to pick up in this moment to like where you can feel yourself like asserting yourself in that. Leonidas listens and hears you, and he says, I can respect this. If you are able to respect that if you turn your back on me and this, that we are enemies. And we are enemies.
Pause. Not in game, but like pause to you. Like I'm saying pause to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pause. Why would that make us enemies?
Because my own personal desires and ambitions in my life, Gertrude, require me to be able to actually control my own life, my own destiny,
Okay.
and to control the city as well.
Okay. But I'm from like outside the city, so I don't even fucking count.
You are a part of this city.
I live outside the city. I'm not part of the
You
city.
are a part of
I'm
this now.
outside the city.
You are a part of this
I'm
now.
outside the city.
You accepted the invitation. You are part of this now.
I accept the invitation because I had a couple little...
So I'm going to tell you this because you are a part of this, and you have denied wanting to be a part of this. If you don't want to work with me, I will consider that when I begin to make the choice of which kindred are to stay and which are to go.
Can I talk to you for a second about that?
We're talking right now.
Yeah, okay, cool, perfect. By you instantly making an enemy out of me, I find that highly disrespectful because you say that you respect my decision. No, the fuck you did not. You don't fucking respect me. You don't respect my decision because if you did, it didn't matter which decision I made, you still respected me. What kind of vampire are you? That you have to control everything? You can still be a leader and not be so controlling. Because when you are too controlling, the people around you are going to stab you in your back. And that's not how you create good relations with people. What I'm trying to do is be nice. And I thought that if we could settle this, like, civil vampires and adults, I felt like we could actually be somewhat acquaintances, be on good terms. But the fact that you just burned a bridge without even fucking thinking about it, I've been thinking about this for days of like if you had made an offer to me of some sort. I thought about it when you told me. I respected your decision. I was nice about it. But you're over here disrespecting me, practically spitting in my face because I don't want to be a part of something you created. Do I think what you created was awful? No. But I truly think that you need to start thinking on how you deal business. Because you're going to make a lot of enemies out of people instead of making good relations and acquaintances with people who may not be directly involved, but maybe I could be indirectly involved. But you didn't give me that choice. You didn't give me that chance. You didn't give me that chance to make a relationship with you. And now you're already trying to, threaten me? Think on that. Because you're going to make a lot of mistakes if you keep it up this way. Not just with me, but with other people.
There's going to be, you're going to make a composure and intimidation roll. And he is activating a blood surge for himself.
Motherfucker!
Oh, yeah, he can do it too.
Can I do, blood surge? Can I only do it once?
Well, it's ties to the attribute, so it's stuck with your composure.
Nice.
So there you go.
I get stuck.
He's doing it with manipulation, so he is rolling as high, but he fails his roll, so his hunger increases as well.
Please, Lord, if you hear my prayer.
Okay, now... he's rolling manipulation,
and then I'm
and he's going to roll. I think he's going to just simply roll.
That was interference, wasn't it? It definitely hit it, but I feel like it was.
Sami, I'm going to let you be a neutral observer to this. Do you think he's repping more etiquette, or do you think he's repping more leadership?
I think he's probably.
I think in his mind it seems leadership to me.
Yeah,
Leadership.
I think
he's failing.
His intention would be leadership. He's not, trying to collaborate. He's not trying to win friends or influence people.
Literally.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay. How many did you get?
2.
2? I got 4.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So
I can only re-roll once, right?
You can't. No, you can re-roll any dice.
Yeah.
You're allowed to reroll any.
But like
songs that are
if
100
she
dice.
uses willpower once
Can I do it again?
and does it,
You have to mark. You have to mark down on your
but
thing.
I can do it
you can
again.
do it. Again.
Holy fuck! I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
It's still 3 though.
Yeah. So you take 1 hit in your willpower, superficial.
Yeah.
1 hit. So you come on strong here in terms of you come on strong reaching towards him. There's a moment when like your composure is then kind of hit by him. There's a moment when you feel the flip of how his mind kind of works in terms of the articulation, because I think that where you are coming from on this level of feeling the disrespect, and you do feel disrespected in this moment, there's a look in his eyes of just being aware, and you are aware of it, that a kindred is literally looking at you as you are a means to a goal and not as an individual.
This motherfucker.
And so that rattles you. Arouse you to the sense, so the point where he is going to be driving the next check here. He's the one that drives the conversation. And what he simply says is, I came here with fascination and interest, and you sit down and tell me to go to the point, and so I give you the point. And then I listen to you give me information that is not like just on your own assumptions of something, not even considered, because you've never considered this kind of thing before, because this has never happened before, but it's happening now, and it's happening here, and I'm a part of it, and I want to be a part of it, and you don't. And do you understand right now? Understand how ill your mind must be, how homebodied you are, how privileged you are to think, to assume that you are in a place of comfort and safety, and that you could never need anything else, and that you could simply rise above. You say before that in life you succeeded and you found hope. You're in the world of the unliving. You must have lost at some point. He is going to make you, he's going to make you roll, just so you know, as he compels you to open up about your past to him. So you get to roll your fortitude, I believe it is, in terms of that. What is?
No, my thing is 3.
No, it's not. You have to add. We clarified this. You add your fortitude to when you are resisting this roll. So what he is rolling here is a compel. Does anybody have the compel card?
I do.
Okay, can you pass it to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're going to have to do a intelligence resolve plus fortitude.
Okay, so it's an intelligence resolve plus fortitude that you have. Yeah. He is operating on charisma and dominate for this, so it's not as
also
heavy.
Obviously this will happen first, but when we see that he starts to raise his voice, I'm standing up and helping Penny up, and we're going to slowly start making our way to the table.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. So you will be noticing this happens, and I'm going to tell you the difficulty of this. You have to beat 5.
Oh, fuck me.
So
hold on. So yeah, fortitude plus
fortitude, intelligence, and resolve.
Okay.
So you're going to have
yay
4
and then since it's my blood surge, I have to roll 3, right? Blood dice?
No, because this doesn't involve your composure.
Okay, perfect.
No.
All right. And so you said resolve and intelligence, right? What was it?
Yeah, resolve and intelligence, and then plus that fortitude.
Plus the fortitude. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and
you
now
have 2 fortitude.
Yeah.
So.
I forgot my blood is up. Okay.
Yeah.
Please. Wow.
You can do a willpower if you feel like you can, because you can.
Yeah, I'm about to lose all my willpower though here, but yeah. God, if you're real, I know you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do another, but I don't know.
No, you can't. If you do one
no.
reroll, you can't do another.
Yeah, no. So
I mean,
it's
yeah.
4.
It's 4, so you fail by 1.
Which means just by a little.
You will take another superficial willpower. Is that all your willpower marked out?
odd.
So that means that you are now impaired for this. As you guys stand up and see this, feeling the compulsion to then explain and tell your history, because it's only 1 success, I will only put you to basically sharing 1 bit of information with Leonidas, but it is 1 bit of personal information that is about your connection in whatever capacity you want, about your history. 1 thing for him to hear and to know. And you are compelled to do so.
I'm this motherfucker. I'd be like, you think that I like succeeded and that I did struggle. I did struggle a lot, actually. Abusive parents, had to be kicked out at 16, living on the street. Had nothing. Fucking nothing. So many people on the street. You know how terrible it is in the 70s? Huh? During that time, during the time where between 16 and through my 20s, having nothing but dogs to help me out, people murdering dogs, murdering people around me, doing drugs, doing the most heinous things you could ever think of. And I survived that as a human. And you think that you could just intimidate me and come in here and tell me that I never fucking struggled. I fucking struggled. I fucking struggled a ton. And you're a fucking piece of shit for thinking that I didn't.
You
And
guys arrive at this moment.
that you're the only
Peace.
motherfucker. Don't fucking tell me what to do. I literally... You will regret the day that you pissed me the fuck off. Because I'm this close to fucking coming and fucking throttling your fucking little throat. Don't ever disrespect me ever again. You understand? You fucking youngling, you know no fucking shit from anything.
With a smile on his face, he looks at you too.
Penny had her hand just gently on Gertie's shoulder. I think unless Gertie actively brushed her off when you said don't tell me what to do. I think she just allowed her hand to sort of stay there and just gently remain on you, but she's not trying to restrain you.
I'm literally vibrating in anger at this man.
Leonidas. And this is going to be an etiquette roll.
Mm-hmm.
I must say, I thought someone as fashionable as yourself would be more amenable to abiding by the rules of Elysium. It seems that you've been speaking to Gertrude in a rather provocative manner. Surely there's no need. Surely there's no need.
This is gonna be it's gonna be an etiquette roll right now, contested.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you make a charisma roll with this.
Okay.
He's gonna
I really
roll
feel my blood
off his
go through my veins right
manipulation
now. The
and
infernal
etiquette.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
So that's gonna be pretty good for him.
Gets the people going.
That's the people going. Okay. Okay.
And did you put your +1 etiquette because you're a fit? Okay.
Yeah. 3 successes.
He's got 4.
This motherfucker.
You
Final boss feeling.
you say this to him, and he says to you, as you can see, he takes the check, puts it in his pocket. Right now, Gertrude has been controlling this entire conversation at this moment.
Oh, really?
And she has made the decision that she does not wish to be involved in any of the business that I am a part of. And so I will respect that.
Oh, will you now?
And I want you to know as well that if it appears at any condition or any point that I was putting myself over or doing anything that was going to be keeping out of the actual etiquette itself of our wonderful sacred space, then it was because, well, it was just because I really, really, really think it's important that we leave the dogs outside. And this is what happens when you keep them off their leash. And he gets up. And he looks and says, I'm certain I will be seeing you again.
I wish it was in different circumstances.
Is there enough time for me to use my fatal flaw?
Yes, there is.
I also want to do something when she's...
Yes, there is time for both of you to do something. Yes, there is enough time for you to do so.
So fatal flaw is everything breaks, and the vampire using this power can see the signs before they happen. By observing the subtle work of entropy, the vampire can glean the Achilles heel of a target, whether it is a crack in their mental facade or a weakness in their actual armor. The user spends a turn intently observing the target, looking for a flaw in their defenses, and tests intelligence plus aspects against the target's composure plus subterfuge. That's for that's the intelligence.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine.
A win shows how they best attack their target, revealing the lowest defense pool in either category, and provides a 2 dice bonus to attacks against that pool. If the user informs anyone about said weakness, they gain a 1 die bonus.
Okay.
So, if I were trying to attack the physical, it would be composure, or it would be stamina plus subterfuge, but because I'm looking for a mental weakness, it's going to be composure plus
Jesus
subterfuge.
Christ, this is bad. Okay, so just so we know, Gertie, you are at -2 for your social and mental dice pools now because you are impaired. Wonderful. Yeah.
-2, we said?
-2.
You're at -2 for any dice involving social dice pools, basically, and mental. Okay, so I'm going to roll my die.
I got to do a rouse check.
That's cocked.
You got this.
Okay, so I fail that, so my hunger goes up to 4.
Ah!
However, I roll 6.
We're all
Yeah.
just gonna fucking kill.
Oh, that is 1, 2,
lot.
3, 5 successes and 1 bestial failure.
Cool. 1 success, which is the best I could have hoped to get for that. So you want to glean a weakness in terms of Leonidas, then?
Yeah, mental weakness.
Fuck, man. Okay.
Uh-huh.
As I think on that, what is the one thing you want to do, Declan?
Mine actually is going to be coming after she gets her thing, because I'm going to use whatever she says in what I'm about to do.
Oh.
Let me ask you, are you going to say this out loud, whatever you discover?
Probably.
Okay, fuck me,
Probably,
man.
yeah.
Fuck me, man. Okay.
wanna
Let
take a
me look and see. No, we don't need to, because the break's gonna come after this. You're looking for a mental, not a physical thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah. It reveals their lowest die pool.
Okay.
How to best attack the target.
Mentally.
Yeah. Dark psychology.
Yeah.
I'm a dark empath. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to say, don't about that. Good.
This guy's an asshole. Penny. Constance. You look into the makeup and mental understanding of this kindred as he walks away. On a statistical level, you are aware that his composure is probably his weakest attribute for himself.
Okay.
And what that kind of means for you is this. As confident as Leonidas can carry himself in a position where he is literally maybe like a Nepo child, like some kind of just like privileged young buck here. You are aware the best way to attack that person is to get in the way of any of their plans. Anything that doesn't go well for them it's not just going to be something that stopping whatever physical works they are doing, but anything and everything that they are trying to work towards, when their business and their empire starts to crumble, they begin to act erratically and they begin to act impatiently. They do not work on a baseline. They start to scatter. They start to go in every separate direction. If you destroy the thing they are working towards, you destroy the individual. And you remove them from that power.
She sort of casually looks over at Declan and over at Gertrude, and she says, "Classic externalized locus of identity. He's a sad little man in a hollow little shell."
This is rotating as you pass by the man in the disco ball helmet. I failed that by how much was it? You got 5?
Yeah, I got 5.
That is 1, 2, 3. That's 4 knocks on his willpower as you hit. I will say superficial because you vague as hell, but
as this is happening, I'm going to step in his way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look him in the eyes and go, "I want you to know that if you come after Gertie, I'm not going to forget. But you forget cloud memory."
Oh, shit!
Fuck. Okay. So what is my roll I gotta do on that now? Do I gotta roll something on that?
Yeah, it's going to be Wits Resolve.
Declan.
And
Wits Resolve for me?
yeah.
Okay.
And with your thing, people knowing the weakness get a +2 dice.
1 die bonus.
1 die bonus. Okay.
Oh, yeah! Yeah! Oh, shit!
baby.
Oh, shit!
Wits
Go,
Resolve.
go, go,
Wits
go,
Resolve.
go.
Here we go. Okay. 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 I'm just wondering if I'm going to spend my last willpower to reroll a couple of these dice.
Join me in no willpower.
I'm going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to willingly impair himself to get to that.
Yep.
Let's go. Okay.
5.
No. So, what happens here is this. You state that. You go and you say forget. And the portion in terms of the promise made to Gertrude. So what happens here is this. Gertrude. Now, you are aiming to forget the promise made, correct?
Yeah, I'm looking to erase the last few minutes of the conversation he had with Gertrude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That moment that you had shared, gone. The understanding that you had backed down on the deal, gone. All these things are gone. The check is back in his pocket. It almost looks like he could even forget that he even gave it to you. And they maybe might even give it to you at a different time and date. Everything that basically happened from the point in which you sat down to now this moment of just like simply leaving and going up is a block. No, it's out of his mind. But you guys are aware of the situation.
Yeah.
However, there is an individual that is currently coming up behind you guys. 2 kindred guards and a man with a mirrored helmet. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Yes.
We are going to come back in a couple minutes to see what happens here, everybody.
That was so good. I felt all around.
I love when my kids kick my ass!
Yeah.
You raised as well, didn't you?
Yes.
All right, there's an actual thing we got to do.
I was wondering.
We're back. When last we left off, you guys had just broken Leonidas' brain and his memory. And we all were there. It was a couple of seconds ago. So, let's get into the present moment. First of all, congratulations. You've uncovered your desire. You found out what the bastard wants. You get to recover a willpower, or you can take any of the 2 things we got, which was hindrance, I believe was one, like the idea that you won't be hindered by a single action. There was another one that we talked about, the last thing. I'm assuming you want to take the willpower.
So
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So because she has that now, does she no longer have the -2?
Yes.
Perfect. You can erase those 2.
That's exactly what that does for you. There is a moment when you... So Gertrude, racing through your mind as you are, like, you feel yourself, like, beginning to almost, like, sweat. Like almost to begin to, like, completely sink into yourself at this moment and be debilitated beyond belief in this encounter, a moment clears for you. You are aware, it's like Penny's voice, Constance's voice punching through of ooh
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good noise.
of getting Leonidas, like getting those information out to Leonidas. You do see the small man before you. You see as Declan steps up and like works towards some kindred powers to kind of gloss over his eye, to a moment where you actually see Leonidas not register anything. Like he truly just doesn't look like any, like the Leonidas that you met when he was sitting down is the same one you were seeing before. You do not see the agitation. You do not see that. All you see is someone who is probably shaky for reasons that they could not begin to tell you. So you take a moment and you don't breathe in. You just kind of feel yourself right up as you see two figures, both with dark glasses on their faces, coming towards you all, and the individual wearing the helmet
Is he tall?
mirrored. He is about
6'4"?
5'10".
No, not bad.
Yeah, I'm almost as tall as Yusuru Hanyu.
Yeah.
Olympic gold medalist men's singles figure skater. Approximately shouldn't continue.
Thank you.
Thank you for that visual. Did you also know that the average height in Canada for men is 5'10"? So yes, it is exactly average.
Yeah.
Women, I think, is 5 foot.
Oh, this disco man is so nondescript.
He's very
So anything I can help you with, gentlemen?
Dark skin, dark gloves on his hands. By the way, I was going to say Leonidas also has the leather gloves on his hands from before too. The two guards come towards you. They do not say anything. They move towards Gertie, but you are interposing yourself between them. The man with the mask begins to walk towards you. He steps onto the rotating portion of the restaurant, so you begin to turn. Now you can make your roll regarding the kind of checking out the joint. This is going to be a -2 for this particular roll because you were able to successfully intervene and cloud the memory before. But this is going to be a -2 for you to check. It's going to be a wits awareness.
Yeah. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. You will be aware of a fire exit for yourself. You're currently being blocked off kind of the main spot here. The way that this works is that there are... So most of the spaces are completely open for full access of the service staff. The only spot that is like kind of maybe blocking... You guys are kind of bottled into a corner here because there's the heavy drapes onto your left. There are these 3 figures now, kind of like the guards are like behind this man with the helmet, and then there's also the vampires that are sitting near you too.
Yeah.
They're kind of watching this now. They're paying attention to what's going on here. Currently, there is like I would say you'd also probably clock about 5 servers, kind of moving, flowing in between the entire space. I think with a 2 success, that's really all I can give you. But you do notice a fire exit. You're currently getting towards it, and it's like a little bit of ways away from the main elevator, like stairs.
And so we'd be closer to the fire exit than the elevator.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You see the individual begin to walk up towards you. They stand coldly, coolly. He doesn't speak to you, though. He looks to Leonidas. It's a very interesting voice that you hear. It is not muffled, but it is almost like it hits you all with a clarity that chills you through. You almost feel your skin grip tight to the muscle. It is a perfect clarity of voice, not distorted by anything. And as they speak towards Leonidas, you hear him say, Leonidas, you are in need of correction. Leonidas is currently kind of looking around. Mr. Glass, I do not, he's currently like kind of right up the spot. You are shaken. You are agitated. Your mind is not your own. What is the cause for your mind to be lost?
That would be me.
You say that. I'm going to have something happen here. Mm-hmm. We're going to do a check for Leonidas here. We're going to see how much of this, because again, this is you speaking in, like, interposing yourself in a very important moment here. So I'm going to have you simply make a composure and intimidation check. I'm going to just look at this quickly. That's good, but he's not in a good place for his brain. I'm going to say that for yourself, you want to... I don't know if you want to fail this or not. But you are welcome to roll a composure and intimidation check right now. The difficulty of this is going to be a 4 for you.
Okay. Is this against Leonidas?
This is against the individual. This is against Mr. Glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only one success.
Only one success. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you say that, that would be me. Mr. Glass does not speak to you. But what happens is you feel yourself drawn to him. Because as you say that would be me, you look directly at the helmet. You are not there. So you say that, and that chill kind of comes to you of like, me, I'm here, but you're not. Nobody is. Nobody is. So it looks like this figure is standing in a room with nobody here except a couple of human servers and some escorts that are sitting down. Leonidas stands and looks directly at the mirror, and blood begins to run out of his eyes. And he says, I came here to meet with this woman. You look into his eyes with Gertie. How might I call you? Would you prefer Gertie, or what may I call you?
What the fuck?
I met with her, and I forgot. He goes into his pocket and pulls out the check. I am terribly sorry. I have wasted the time of the kindred in Elysium. I meant to come here to conduct business, and I seem to have not I have not succeeded in my endeavors. I do not know why I'm forgetful of this. Maybe there is a moment when Mr. Glass looks directly at him. Your mind is weak, Leonidas. It must be corrected. Yes. Yes. Your mind is not your own. Yes. You do not own your mind. Who are you? See, he looks up into the mirror, says, I No one. What do you see? No one. Who are you? No one. Tears continue to streak down his face, and one of the guards moves over and grabs Leonidas and begins to just simply walk with him. And then you see the dome move to you, Gertie.
Because I'm still in between.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like motion to Gertie just to like calm down with like my hand.
Okay. You're agitated in your voice.
Well, yeah, sorry if I caused a disturbance, sir. It got a little heated. I suppose.
That's not going to happen again, right, Gertie?
No, it won't happen ever again.
Why won't it happen again?
Because it's a disrespectful thing to do.
Of whom do you disrespect?
The space in general. I shouldn't have let him get to me like that. I apologize, Mr.
Why did you let him get to you like that?
Why do you care?
You are going to roll
Shit.
a wits and awareness test. I will allow Declan, because you were there with her, to get an extra 1 die here. Do you want to add anything to this? Do you contribute in any way, or do you not?
I think if Penny feels that it's safe, this is only if Penny would be able to tell that Leonidas had used compel.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she would potentially interject here and say, I believe the reason my colleague is having difficulty answering your question, Mr. Glass, is I believe the kindred she was speaking to was attempting to exert an influence over her using a particular discipline. I don't know her to become that agitated, and I am aware that the kindred she spoke to has a previous history of being able to compel individuals to obey his whims.
If you have intelligence and occult, that would basically allow you to you may choose to auto succeed, because compel is a single level discipline. If you have enough that is above 2 difficulty, if you have double 2 in terms of your dice pool, you may auto succeed.
Yes.
Okay, then you may auto succeed on that.
Hell yeah.
And you may get an additional die.
Oh yay.
So 6 total, I
And
believe. Yeah.
I think Penny throws on, we truly did not mean to cause a disturbance, and we're all deeply, deeply sorry for our part.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 5.
While she's doing this too, I'm going to kind of get Penny's look with my hand and kind of
Success and
point
a beast to
towards
fail.
where the fire
And no,
exit
I don't want to
is.
use Should I? Should I use a willpower?
You do have one you could do.
Yeah, but the chances of me getting 2 or it'd be
If you have a
2.
critical success on any of your dice,
I don't. So it doesn't even matter, because then I get
yeah.
2.
Yeah, no, it
doesn't
if it
even
doesn't
matter.
matter, then yeah.
so on
The
a
only
bestial
one would be
failure
if I
here.
did that, yeah.
Okay, so
My apologies. I know you guys tried real hard for me, but we all know my roles.
It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
We knew it was a risk coming to Elysium. We know what's
Yeah.
up.
We knew it was up.
We knew it was up. We all know what story progression is.
Yeah.
you are going to be taking, how many did you get? You 2 successes?
Successes and a bestial fail.
Okay. You are going to be taking 3 it will basically be aggravated willpower damages for yourself.
3 aggravated.
Yeah.
And then do I like knock? I have 1 willpower left. Do I knock that?
You
one
knock off the ones that are beforehand. So
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you clear
So that's
you cross them out to make them aggravated.
Yeah.
So 3 of those.
Well, we knew this was probably going to happen, but that's okay.
So essentially what happens here is, Penny,
Yes.
you say that. And what happens is the helmet turns to you this moment. As you were saying, you said your client, or like you said,
Colleague.
my colleague, thank you. You say that, you catch a glimpse inside, and you do not see your colleague in the helmet. You do not see Declan in the helmet. You do not see anyone in the helmet. And a moment hits you when they say, the individual's history of which you have spoken will be corrected.
We appreciate your intervention, and I compliment you on your use of silver. It must be very difficult maintaining order in circumstances like these.
You have a moment in which he stares towards you. What happens here now is you must question your statement you had said regarding him getting under my skin. And with this, you question your own statement as well as your own sanity. You do not have to necessarily express it, but I do want to hear what happens to Gertie as you question your own sense of self and being, to the point where if you were to extend this beyond, you could almost erase yourself entirely. Because I'm just going to let you know, those 2 successes, I'm very happy to just give it to those 2, adding those 2 dice. What is your willpower that you have for yourself?
Like in just general, or
Yeah,
how much I have left?
General. In
5.
What happened to Leonidas was basically this. You know what? I'm gonna have this. I'll make this a roll to make it so I'm not just giving it to you guys for free, because this is pretty big stuff. You 2 can make a occult and intelligence roll. There's a difficulty also of 5.
1 success.
Cool.
Only 3 for me.
Okay.
That is the most I can get. But
All I will let you know is that whatever this being is, it is something that is exemplified tremendously. You think, like you say, silver. You clock it 100% on that. That's a silvered helmet. But there's something else about it that resonates. Very powerful magic. You yourself kind of feel that sense of magic too. You think that whatever this is like honed specifically to an advanced form of interrogation where this individual doesn't even have to question, like it's like the idea of like, what's the best kind of prevention for a vampire that is like very much semblance in the self? Shutting that down. So you Gertie, you can express what it is you want to say out loud to this individual to allow you to basically get out of this spot to give him an answer. I would also like to know what goes on in Gertie's mind mentally as you question your own sanity and your own self.
It's heavy stuff, like you said.
And I was also gonna say Leonidas got complete aggravated willpower loss. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Internally, she is questioning everything of why she's so angry and why she's so upset, and she's just like it makes sense because like her whole life, like just she struggled so much, and what does she have to show for it? Like she's constantly getting in trouble with the caller, with everybody, and she doesn't feel like she's even like worthy to be in Elysium. She doesn't feel worthy to be anywhere. And how, like, she got the honor of even being here, even though she thinks that people here are shit. Doesn't matter. She thinks that, like, how dare she speak to Patty that way when she can't even have a proper conversation without exploding that way. She can't properly function without getting so angry. And she just thinks back on all the times that her own father got angry at her and how he used to beat her and mistreat her. And she's just like, I'm no better than him. I'm no better even than, like, dogs have better training than me. Like, I'm pretty much worthless. And if I can't even hold in my own anger for my own club, my own people, and even the people that I convinced to come here to make sure that they're safe and they're doing everything to help me, and I can't even simply talk to somebody, I am a nobody. I'm not anything. I'm not anybody worth being, even as a vampire. And so she just feels so little, even being so big and strong. And what's the point of muscles if you can't even, like, think before you use them, you know? Like, she feels absolutely worthless. And she's questioning a lot in that type of way, where the last person she ever wanted to be like was her father, and she ended up turning out to be quite similar to him. Yeah, maybe she uses a fist for the betterment of people, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't let her anger get to her just like he used to. So, and so she actually looks within that helmet, and she gets a little choked up, and she goes, I am genuinely so very sorry, Mr. Glass. I really am no better than an ant. I should have kept my cool, and it didn't, and that was so awful of me, truly. And I can't believe that I'm sorry. Why? I don't, you see, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And she just can't.
There's a moment he pushes in towards you as you look deeper into this hollow reflection of mirrors. There's a moment when you actually hear, and all of you hear this, there's like the sound of a dog bark. And then you hear a tug of a chain and a whimper pull back. You hear it behind the curtain. Mr. Glass pushes towards you.
I just can't stop looking at him, and I'm like,
We'll leave.
I'll leave. I'm sorry. I'm no better than a whimpering dog. I'm a monster.
Gertie.
We'll take her home safely.
I'm a monster.
I put my arm over Gertie's shoulder.
I'm a monster.
And I just start to go towards the elevator.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You are pulled. You feel yourself move. You feel the guards don't. The one guard remaining doesn't even do anything. You guys walk out. You stumble slightly, but you are picked up by Declan. You get to the elevator. Button is pressed. The door opens, and you guys go inside.
Is the
Sorry.
the guy there as well? The concierge.
Concierge, no.
Okay,
Not
so it's
right
just the three of us.
Just the three of you.
Okay.
You're not
Sorry.
the only monster in that room.
I'm sorry.
Gertie.
I'm nothing.
Declan pulls her into a hug
Mm-hmm.
and just holds her.
And I just mutter to myself as I'm shaking. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just...
Gertie,
The monster.
look at me.
I'm no better than
Look
him.
at me.
I'm no better than him.
Hey, look at me. Gertie,
It's just, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
forget.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ooh.
Ding! The elevator doors open.
She also has to roll.
What do I roll?
Forget.
What do I roll?
Wits and resolve.
I'm gonna say
Can I auto
Can I-
fail on that? I would like to auto fail on that.
no, because you. Oh, this is the thing. Can I
Watch
see your
out.
unswayable mind, please? Can I see your unswayable mind?
Oh,
need to
right.
see
I have
this.
an
Yeah,
episode.
you do.
Oh, this is a...
Made to resist coercion, intimidation, seduction, or other attempts to sway the user's mind against their will.
It's
The
against
only
my
thing
will.
I can say is against your will, and this is important. So, Gertie, I'm going to ask you, do you, in this moment, as you are saying these things, do you allow yourself to have a semblance and knowledge of who, that you are you? Like, is there anything that you can, and I have to make you, again, I have to make you ask this question, is there anything that you would be able to think about that pulls you back to remembering that you are you and you have your own sense of will?
I think, like, the only thing for that would be if, like, anybody from the caller, anything that does with, like, my pets, my dogs, but, like, besides that, I'm sorry, like, and there's nobody like that around me. I just, I don't have that kind of connection. Nothing that will be, like, you know, like, really home, you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
The only people that actually, like, I think these guys are dope, and I'm starting to care for them. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the people that I've built a family of. You know, like, it take a lot for them, almost, but, like, don't. You know what I mean?
Here's what I'm going to say then for this case. I'm going to have you roll the fortitude situation, and the same, it's the wits and resolve that they have to roll, correct?
Yes, wits and
So,
resolve.
same wits and resolve. Now, you do have a -2 to this because you are impaired. So you are
have the aggravated damage.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you do have to roll with this. I will say this is a pretty significant action, so I will also lower your own personal difficulty for yourself, Declan. Let's just make it -2 for your dice roll. I won't be too complicated on it.
Like,
just
-2 dice?
-2 dice to what you have to roll.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, just -2. We'll make it. Just do that because it is
I only got one success.
one success. Okay. 4.
I got
So,
double crit.
Gertie, there is a moment where, and I think this is important to state, this is successful. However, a very big thing is lost in this moment upon clouding a person's memory. I want to go back to our main kind of tenets for ourselves, and I don't know if you guys have written down our main tenets for our creed out. So,
Great power, great responsibility.
yes.
Don't judge a dog by its breed. To err is to be human. And redemption.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot.
So, well, that is the, yes. for
Yeah,
the
redemption
creative
is the
So
overall.
here is a very important situation here. Declan, you yourself use this thing to cloud their memory. You say forget. And I will say that what will happen here is you will forget having seen Mr. Glass. You will not forget how you stood up to Leonidas, but you will forget seeing Mr. Glass. Here's a very important thing for yourself, Declan. And I think that using this moment, and I think you are an intelligent man to know this too. I think you are intelligent to know that Gertie does have a home. Gertie does have people that could give her this moment. But in order to get her functioning, and that's what I'm saying here, functioning, you make a decision to not take her home to get her to that space. You decide in that moment to intercede and be the reason to make her okay. In doing so, I need you to deduct 1 point of your humanity. You will lose all of your aggravated willpower damage in that moment.
Lose
With
my
great,
aggravated?
yeah, so you will not, there will be superficial, you're
Yeah.
impaired, but you will not be aggravated. With great power comes great responsibility.
Thank you for taking a hit, buddy.
In in that moment, I think also, Gertrude, I think that you also lose a point of humanity.
Double fucking hell.
Because it is in that moment that
I'm trying my best, guys.
there
I
is
think I might lose my character.
there is a moment, I think, for that punching through, that you lose, that the memory is gone, but there is also something that is lost there of thinking about that tied to your own personality and your own self. And I think you do see this. You witness this moment as a vampire kindred steps in to almost like electroshock someone into forgetting. To like being like the best way to clear the mind and the best way to get somebody back to baseline is to take that, to take the chaos stream and to like what's it almost like hard pivot, which is like just a mental shock.
Instead of letting it process through the nervous system, and instead of like, because like with therapy, this is one of my favorite things about therapy. One of the best skills that a human being, or potentially kindred, could have is the ability to like hold the tension, the ability to acknowledge like physical sensations related to emotions within the body and be able to like remain present through those. So I think, like, genuinely, I think when Penny was seeing that self-reflection, like, I think Penny remembers every of the things Gertie said about her past, and I think she was like, oh no, the trauma. Oh, that explains so much. Oh, I get it. Oh yes, this all tracks. And, like, especially when she was hearing Gertie, like, talk about, like, her worthiness, and especially when Gertie said, like, I'm a monster. Like, that's where Penny was like, everyone in that room is a monster. Because one of her tenets is never turn your back on a monster. So I think Penny is, like, not going to say anything in this moment, but I think she sees the, like, oh man, Gertrude had an opportunity to, like, reckon with those, like, feelings of unworthiness and work through them and, like, potentially resolve them. But I think Penny also equally knows that, like, this was a bad situation. And, like, I don't think she has any, like, blame for Declan in this moment. Like, I think she's like, Declan is a father. And Declan is, like, a cop / private investigator. Declan is not someone who is going to let another person suffer, like, just flat out. And he is, like, a problem solver. So I don't think Penny is holding anything against either of them in that moment. But I think she clocks everything, and I think she is already, you know, going into her own, like, control complexes and being like, how do we regain what was lost here?
Yeah. Looking at a situation,
a therapy session in about a week and a half. So yeah. Find out.
It's a situation where it's like, yeah, I love that, because it's like saying there is a problem that needs to be solved, but it is not a problem. That is not the problem. That is a response bringing up something else that is something deeper to finding that. I love that. And
it's also that, like, you know, typically, traditionally, in therapy, unless you're going to, like, a really shitty therapist who's actually a charlatan, like, they don't push you into emotional responses and just be like, I'm going to trigger you until you face your shit. And that's essentially what Mr. Glass did. Yeah. Is he was like, I'm going to trigger you until you have a breakdown, which is unsafe and unhealthy. Yeah. So it's like,
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which is like, but I mean, like, if you're a bouncer at a vampire bar, like, how else are you gonna, like, restore order when you've got individuals who can literally, like...
Well, is he the bouncer, or is the guy... Because he had guards with
maybe.
him.
Yeah. Ding! Welcome back. You see the concierge is there with you all. They simply say, we hope that you have enjoyed your time at Elysium. We have your armaments held for you.
I was wondering as well, are we able to get a ride back to where we'd parked?
Of course.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, I will kind of depending on how Gertie reacts to it, I'll either keep my hand on her back, or if she's kind of like weirded out by it, I'll let it go.
I'm kind of just blinking. I'm like...
And just kind of like, then I think for the time I'll help guide her to the area.
Because, like, how much do I remember Leonidas, but do I remember Mr. Glass at all? Because I remember seeing
you
him.
you remember these two coming up towards you, and then there was a guard that was coming up to approach, and that's it.
So I never seen him, like, even when we saw him when I first entered.
No, when we first entered, you would have seen.
Yeah, you would have seen
Yeah,
a
just
guy,
the
but he didn't do
conversation.
anything. He didn't come in. He didn't talk to
So I saw
nobody.
him approach, but that's it. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You remember. You would have remembered. Like, just for your own self, you would have remembered when you stumbled and saw him with those other
Yeah.
couple of vampires. But that was it. That was the only time you registered that they existed.
Oh, so you don't remember Leonidas having bleeding eyes?
Nope.
No.
You remember sticking it to him quite a bit, but also like you feeling yourself kind of like waver. But you also remember everything that Leonidas had exposed. So you remember that. You know that you got what you needed.
So I think do I remember him telling him to forget?
No.
So
No,
I
you-
still
you-
think
no, no.
Leonidas.
You still think Leonidas? Yeah. Well. So you remember seeing.
You remember
the
me
forget.
making Leonidas forget?
Yeah.
And then after that is when the guards started coming up, and then
that's all.
everything passed there up to, I think, the
Everything
doors
that happened
opening.
from our break point that we've
Yeah.
just returned to, none of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
So I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. I just wanted to know from what point
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
remembers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
But, yeah, she's just like blinking. She's like, when did we?
I'll explain later.
Armaments are given to you guys. A limo is prepared. There is a individual that is still in the back area of the car. They have blood here for you all as well, and also special little presents.
I immediately hand 2 glasses to Penny.
Fantastic. With 2 glasses, I will say that will resolve one of your hungers, since you were drinking quite a bit.
Finally.
How are you feeling hunger-wise?
Back to 3.
You really get that, still that
hungry?
phlegmatic cuteness that comes
I
out.
hand 2 more glasses to Gertie as well.
And I'm just like, I'm still pissed because I'm like, fuck Leonidas. So I'm just like, I chug the first one and I like swing back the second one like instantly, and then I'm just like, shove it away. Like, is there a concierge still or like?
No, yeah, I'll take them from
There's
you.
just a
Okay.
person
We're
in the back of the
limo.
limo.
Oh, right, in the
Yeah.
limo.
You
Okay,
shove
right.
them on, and then you lose one of your hungers. You're fine for
Okay,
one of your
cool.
hungers. Yeah.
And then can I take out my flask
Yeah.
and I just chug that back?
Great. I'll make that part of that one. So yeah, that's good.
No, you said that I get a whole one for that flask.
Oh, that's right. That was
Yeah.
one because you took that one from.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Cooper.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead and
okay.
deduct another one.
Thank you. I was like, no.
No, you don't fucking do this to me. You don't make me then forget and then lose humanity and not lose another hunger, you asshole.
Penny. This might be a weird question. Do you know how to drive?
It's been a while.
I can
You
drive.
can drive like a car, not just bikes.
Of course, if I can take them apart, I can drive them.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
What do you think? I ride my motorcycle in the wintertime?
Are you feeling unwell or unable to drive, or is this just knowledge for the future?
Knowledge for the future, I know.
Fantastic. Excellent. So, how are we all feeling?
Just pissed off, and like I feel like a little numb, confused. What? It feels like my brain's buzzing. I don't understand. Something feels weird. Can I feel weird? Wait, are you therapizing me right now?
Well, partially. I feel it's important to be honest. Partially, but also partially just concerned as a friend. Leonidas used a form of compulsion on you, and it's always an unpleasant experience when a kindred.
Fair enough.
So,
Yeah, no,
Is it?
pissed off, but cooling now. I feel less hungry now, so I feel a little better. Still, something feels weird, but like besides that, I feel fine. When did we get to the elevator? Never mind.
There was an individual named Mr. Glass, and
Stupid name.
yes, he's the one who had the disco ball head. He's a sort of a steward or guardian of Elysium, and when he saw the conversation between you and Leonidas get a little heated, he came over to intervene, and he has particular abilities of his own, so he may be a bit foggy.
Oh. Sorry, I shouldn't have blown off the handle like that. I don't know what the fuck happened. I mean, the guy fucking did something with my brain or whatever, but like still at the end of the day, like Jesus Christ, like
Emotions are rational.
But I promised you guys that I'd behave myself a little bit in there, and I tried my best, but he was a fucking piss off. I'll tell you that much, fucking loser.
Yes, I got a glimpse into his psychology. I think even without vampire capabilities, he would be a deeply unpleasant and grievous individual to try to reason with. I think anyone would have had difficulty keeping their cool around someone like that.
Yeah, something around that, like that, yeah. You get what I mean. So he's not gonna remember much. That's good. So what do we do going forward?
Think we've had a long night. Think we should go back to our respective places, rest for a bit, and we can talk tomorrow.
Sounds good.
I think for the moment, because I assume that Declan and I weren't able to like overhear everything he like was proposing to Gertie. I think we mostly like got up and went over only when voices started being raised and like body language started being like aggressive. So I don't think Declan or I maybe know anything about the like condos or the self-sustaining. I don't think we heard any of that. So I think Penny says, yes, unless would you like either of us to stay with you, Gertie, or would anyone, if we would like to take some alone time to process, I think that could be very healthy. But if you would like further support, or either of us to speak with the caller, and let them know.
I mean, maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. If you guys want to swing around, I'll ask them if we can have a meeting on kind of what happened in there, because like you said, the disco ball man or whatever, something just doesn't click in my head anymore, and that kind of is concerning. But for the most part, and then I'll like fill in some of the gaps of what that fucking weirdo wanted me to do. I won't go into too much detail, but he wants to, like, there's, like, a compound of people, and apparently, like, 1 in 10,000 people per vampire. Like, is that, like, common knowledge? Is that common knowledge to you?
You hear the voice in the limo say, "It is not."
I think that we can discuss this all tomorrow.
All right, we're still in a limo.
The limo parks at the Walmart.
I thought we were back. I thought we were in Declan's car.
Nope.
Whoops.
Second locations.
Walmart!
Anyway, Walmart. Doors open for you by the individual.
But he just said it wasn't, so I'm gonna be like, wait, what?
As you get this, you do notice that the person in the back, I will say, is they get kind of. Oh wait, no, they don't do it. The driver does it. The driver opens it up. But I'll be fine. I'll be kind here. I think you guys are kind of caught in your spaces. I think you are pretty aware though, and you yourself, I will let know about this. The individual in the car, black, like full, like thing covering their face. Like eyes and like up to the nose kind of thing. Kind of like Daredevil season 1. That look.
I just got. Can I ask? Should I? No. I'll behave. I was gonna ask a question if he's fucking ugly or something. Is that why he's covering his
You don't
face?
see him, so I'm
But I
gonna
was
just
about
let
to
that
say
slide.
something. Yeah, I was about to say something, and I was like, so about the I'm just going to be quiet.
So you guys get out of the limo. Your car is there. What's the word? Oh wait, I have to check my one roll to see if there's something that I did. Let me check. Hey. Don't worry about it. Okay, so you go in.
I'm gonna walk over and reach to pull the gun out.
It's there.
Take a moment to kind of get it out.
Duct tape.
Yeah, put it in, and then I'm going to hand Gertie the keys and just go, your bike should still be there. Get her home safe. I'm going to go over to Penny and just kind of lean in and be like, you can tell her everything. I think it's better if I'm not there when you do. And then I'll just start to walk out the parking lot.
All right, Declan begins to walk out the parking lot.
Okay, I'd be like,
I don't know who he's going to shoot. That's all he says.
if he's going to go shoot somebody, I know how to dispose of the body if he needs help with that, but, you know.
Well, if he's going to shoot someone, it might be good for me to slake my... And never mind. We probably have more important... It seems like maybe he needs some time.
Yeah, it's weird. And I'm over here, I'm, like, confused why he's acting this way, so I'm like, I don't know.
Also, what time of night is it at this point?
You guys are dealing with probably like for October. You guys are getting close to like I'd say midnight.
Okay.
Okay, so you're fine. You're not gonna burn up. You're good.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
actively looked at a walking distance to something, and I am good.
you are good.
Yeah, yeah.
I was immediately like, you're good.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, yeah, I don't, not particularly sure why he's, you know, acting that way, but can't be good. I'll drive you back to your place. Get in, and I like,
Sure, fantastic.
I like open and you like lean over and like unlock.
Is this a stick shift, by the way?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a stick shift. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she knows how to fucking
You know how to
that
do a
shit.
stick shift.
Oh yeah, she's just
Wait,
like,
make it intelligence. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna be like, homeboy.
Come on, you grew up in the 70s. You know.
Yeah, I know
fuck-
how to fucking drive a stick shift.
Yeah, you know how to drive a
Insulting
fucking stick
as fuck.
I think Penny can drive. I don't think she can drive a stick.
No,
No.
No,
absolutely not.
no.
So for the sake of this here, you drive to Penny's home. Declan, where are you going?
Yeah, I want to know too.
I genuinely, it's just not wanting to be in the situation, not wanting to be around people. And so he's walking toward like the direction of his house.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he is just going to basically walk home, which is a 46-minute walk.
46-minute walk.
You just go.
I'm gonna try something here. Just to try something. Let's see if this actually works. If it doesn't, we don't have to do it. But I just want to see.
If the rolls are in his favor, he will do it. If it's not in his favor,
Yeah.
If it works for the story, we do it. If not, we let the man do what he wishes to do. Okay. We'll say as you are walking by on a Tuesday night, there's a moment when you yeah, I'll say as you're just kind of walking by a couple of like those little complex spots, like just little, you know, what are they called? The like they're like those corner store market spaces. You know they got like a bunch of office buildings connected with each other, like on the street corner, or like they're blocks. I forget exactly. Not blocks, but they are. I forget what those things are called. Ah, nuts.
Not like
I don't have my phone all the
yeah,
time. So.
not like strip malls, but
Yeah, it's kind of close to the strip mall
Kinda
thing, but it's like
close,
it's like those. Yeah, I think it's like kind of like strip mall-y kind of
Yeah.
things. There's a moment when you're just walking, and you see there's an individual who's like kind of working the late night oil for themselves. They're at their own office, and they're just typing away. They're typing away. You're just kind of watching in the mirror, and you see your reflection again. And you just watch for a moment, seeing them work and work. and there's a certain point in which that person just kind of like goes to answer a call on their phone, and you insert whatever kind of thing in your mind goes of like, who's calling them, why are they calling them, that thing of like the idea of someone needing someone to be there on call, or to hoping they're coming back home, or maybe just checking to see if the work's getting done. But you think about that as you walk back and you keep going, and then you're going off.
Think after that, I'm going to pull my phone out and going to go down into saved messages and listen to a saved voicemail of Anna as I'm walking, and just one of the last messages that I had from her. And then once it's done, I put the Walkman like earbuds in and walk down.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know, Cass right now, she's just nattering on and on right now. Just tell you, she's just like yammering. Apparently they had this like little school show that they were just putting on or something. And then she just can't wait to tell you all about how I think they got her some kind of fucking like some kind of fucking lion costume or something like that. I don't know. I told her to just like that's great, but if I see you wandering around without the house, I'm gonna just fucking rip it off of you and toss it in the trash. Anyway, well, let's just know when you get home. Love you. Bye.
And then click the cassette, and I randomly did it, and the song "Boys Don't Cry" by The Cure.
Motherfucker!
And so I continue walking home.
Very good.
You go home, and you guys drive each other home. We will resolve anything that comes up later on in the night, if it comes up at our next session. Well done, guys. So you guys get 3 experience points each for that shit.
Yeah.
Holy cow! So, Gertie, I'll say, what is your humanity right now? What's that?
6.
Yeah, it's 6. Okay. Hey, man. People die. Stuff breaks. You have little difficulty with the fact that you need blood to survive, and that you do what needs to be done to get it. You might not go out of your way to wreck things or kill people, but you don't ever cry bloody tears over it either. Not automatically horrid. Kindred at the stage of humanity don't win any prizes for congeniality either. What happens here is you, on top of the other things you've added for being at level 7, you now have, for fun fact, you cannot have sexual intercourse per se, but you can fake it by winning a dexterity charisma test. If you wish, made with a 1 die penalty to your pool. Even when using Blush of Life, you need to make a composure stamina test to be able to keep food and drink down for an hour. And then for Declan, what is yours?
That was the same, so
perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm just gonna resurrect Kane. And we'll go.
Hey, you guys are going.
And then I'll bone him.
You'll try.
Well, yeah, you'll fake it.
It's a Dex
I'll
charisma
fake it.
chest. Which what the fuck? I prefer the D&D method personally. Of like, what skill would you use to have sex? You know, like that's my favorite one to do.
Performance.
My best one. My favorite, honestly, my favorite one is like, I like Insight, which is really cool. I like Arcana, you know, that's always a funny one.
I feel like that's good if you're like going with,
Acrobatics.
like, a different, like species.
Yes.
The best, you want to know what one makes everybody uncomfortable? Perception. You know. We had a person doing a thruple thing, and the one person just rolls perception. I'm like, great, that's the DC you have to beat. It's funny because we had so much heavy shit today. Well, thank you all so very much for joining us for this session for yegVMP. We thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope that you guys remember for next time and for all times, you are welcome, you are encouraged, and you are amazing. And so are you guys. Have a great night, everybody.